whaamama avenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, au tapu ni ai ofisa mo le whaava yaso. Whaonga nei lola wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua i whaingo fia lava. Na le tipose mai lava lau se leni matu account, o le whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga i Samoa. E ia inga i tahu na whaamalia ina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga i le nei au nanga fo. Bala au le telefoni o valu se lau o tasi o nono. Po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa i le valu tolu o.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tūranga pitusili o le tāu. Ole lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. Ona whaanga le whaatau i o loa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa sunga fua tau ai lesia sa. Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaatau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher. Ua maua le apasusi o sewa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie. A me se le te whai ma lau telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash. O na inu e lor tamao re ainga.
Whaatea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaatai. Ma lua langa le tampai.
Tai talo for voucher.
Teki talo for voucher.
Whaamama avenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, au tapu ni ai ofisa mo le whaava yaso. Whaonga nei lola wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua i whaingo fia lava. Na le tipose mai lava lau se leni matu account, o le whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga i Samoa. E ia inga i tahu na whaamalia ina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga i le nei au nanga fo. Bala au le telefoni o valu se lau o tasi o nono. Po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa i le valu tolu o.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tūranga pitusili o le tāu. Ole lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. Ona whaanga le whaatau i o loa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa sunga fua tau ai lesia sa. Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaatau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher. Ua maua le apasusi o sewa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie. A me se le te whai ma lau telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash. O na inu e lor tamao re ainga.
Whaatea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaatai. Ma lua langa le tampai.
Tai talo for voucher.
Teki talo for voucher.
FaleLalaga, malole soifua malangi mama, and a very warm Pacific greetings here. It's Monday. BluTable Podcast with our beautiful Claudia and Pea. Oh my gosh, it's Monday. How are you, Claudia?
Do you know what, Pea? Any day that I get to see your beautiful face is an excellent day for me. So I'm so glad to see you again. Happy Monday, everyone. Another week, another first day of the week, and a good chance to kind of just restart everything and just tackle everything anew and positively. But no, it's been a really good Monday. How are you?
Yes. I have been great. And also a massive FaleLalaga to all of our viewers who have tuned in and always continue to tune in. the weekend. First of all, let's revisit and let's relive that weekend. The weekend it was. I had an awesome weekend. I actually switched off for the first time in a long time, and we went for a walk to a location not too far away from our address. But I think the children have struggled a little bit to stay on top of things, so we decided that we would take them out for a walk over the weekend for some fresh air. So that was really good. So we visited a farm, and we fed the animals, and I did some.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was definitely was a highlight. I think the children have definitely struggled.
And I gotta say, you guys all looked very, very trendy in your Ava active apparel.
Yes, shout out to the team there at Ava, proudly owned by the beautiful Pacific power couple there, Puni and Kelsey. So yeah, we rocked the Ava gear, kept staying active during this lockdown. But while we're on the thank you buzz, I do want to say a massive whaawhitai lava to, of course, all of our sponsors. Again, without our sponsors, we wouldn't have this platform to share the amazing stories of our community here in Auckland, around New Zealand, and guess what? We've even reached out globally because myself and Claudia, we've actually got a special guest this week as well, and I cannot wait to announce, all the way from America. So we are super excited to have this guest this week. So we're still in the process of confirming which day, but I cannot wait to get this special guest on, so to share her story as well. So a massive whawhitai lava to Pacific Easy, to Pacific 40, of course, Maota o Samoa, Seki Works, the Pacific Business Hub, and of course, Say Oriana, who continues. Say Oriana is still available online as well. So purchase those goodies before we head out of lockdown. But how was your weekend, Claudia?
You know what? It was such an amazing day on Saturday, and I really wish that I lived near a beach because it was so beautiful. But no, it was good. I'm just making the most of being able to spend all this time in close quarters with my family, because I don't think it's going to happen again. Hopefully never again, because I don't ever want to be in lockdown. But today at 4 p.m, Cabinet and the Prime Minister will announce whether Auckland will be moving out of level 4 into level 3. And I'm really, really hoping that we are going to move into level 3, but we will know shortly. Yesterday, there were 24 new cases. So hopefully we are heading in the right direction.
Hopefully, because I need to do something about these nails.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's actually my real nails, but in 4 weeks, I get shellac done. So in 5 weeks, actually, sorry, that's how long my nails have grown. So that from there to there, how wicked is that? And so that's shellac. In 5 weeks, that's how much my nails.
You must be very, very healthy for your nails to grow that fast.
Oh, well, you remember what I said before? I don't do dishes.
Oh, that's the secret. And I'm glad you've said that, because we actually have Fala watching as well. So I can only imagine him rolling his eyes.
I know. And look, the community that live with me, they do the dishes and they're really awesome at it. So talking about community, look, we're talking about how amazing our walk was in the weekend, and it was so nice to see the community following the rules. Every time I was on the left side of the path, and someone was on the left side of the path, they'll move to the right side. So it was awesome. It was sad that we couldn't give everyone a hug that you would normally when you would see someone, but never mind. It was still a really, really good walk. Yeah, nice to see the community out and about, actually.
Definitely. Now, before we head into the break and bring on our really, really amazing guest for today, I just want to say shout out to Flora, who's always watching. She has been a constant support for us. Thank you so much, Flora. We also have Fala watching. We have Glenn. Hi to Glenn. Daisy also said it must be nice to not have to wash the dishes.
Oh, Daisy, look, you learn that apparently when you get crowned the princess at home, just things fall in place.
Take the crown and run with it, right?
But I have to admit, I hope we do head out of lockdown, because I am a little bit selfish there when it comes to my nails. I'm just really looking forward to getting some work done on my nails.
Should we bring on the guest?
I did want to share a quote before we introduce our special guest. Trying to stay positive and motivated for your Monday. A quote that I found online, which one was, the greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate action of its members. And that was a perfect quote that I found to describe the woman that we have on our show today. But there is another quote there, Claudia. Did you want to read that quote as well? Because I thought that was pretty awesome as well.
Definitely. Now, the next quote is from Helen Keller, and she said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. She couldn't be more right.
No, she couldn't, right? Look, it's been a difficult time for Auckland, who was still struggling. Week 6, I'm actually quite proud of myself, because I thought by week 6 that's it, I would be out, and I had it. But come week 6, I have embraced lockdown. I've enjoyed. We enjoyed an new online game called Kahoot last night with the Vaitolo family. So it was actually a really, really good game. The family are very, very competitive.
The family or yourself?
No.
I know you've told me about your competitive side.
Actually, I didn't play. Last night I was trying to do a little bit of work, but you could just hear it, the family just at it all last night. So we should try it one day, Kahoot. So if you are struggling with lockdown, please, Auckland, stay positive. Go and try out Kahoot. Kahoot. It's a new online game, and it's actually really, really fun. So I thought it was going to be boring. It's you use Zoom. And it's just an awesome way to stay together during lockdown. But otherwise, it's all about community today, staying positive. I think we should bring on our guest, right?
Yes, let's do it. We're going to go into a short break, but I also just want to say a good afternoon gangster to Mele, who said morning gangsters. And hi to John Leslie, who's just tuned in. And Fala agrees, yes. The Vaitolas are very competitive.
Yes, very. But look, please stay tuned. Our next guests are very, very special. They've done some amazing work for the community. And this last week, they formed a small group to acknowledge the wonderful work of the community that don't actually always get acknowledged. Right after this, we've got Renuka and Penina joining us straight after this break, guys.
Tau tua male au nanga remote tau sa mo service station ni tona I matu. Ma tau te tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele ni sio matu au nanga ise. Ai ngata foile, ma tau te sia ke ina fo ilo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik Pak Olusa? Awalnya telepon, matu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posilah dia, mua tapi lah ucapan lepas out. Mua tapi lah telepon ni time out tu inai lah ucapan. Malah bayang mulu. Mana tua fu? Matua I pasa ina lo tau maktapa ai no fuanga papeng. tau Samoa. Ole mo tamo Samoa. Ma do te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa. Paftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Malo e lele, everyone, and welcome back. It's to your BluTable Talanoa with Pea and Claudia. Yes, before the break, we did announce that we had two very, very special hearts joining us here today. And before we get into it, I really wanted to repeat this quote again. Alone, we can do so little. Together we can do so much, and that was from Helen Keller. We have the beautiful, the wonderful Renuka Kumar, owner of Retima House and founder of a small group called Acknowledgement Support. And we've got Penina Ifopo, a local community leader. She does work in the education sector, but today, both these wonderful women are going to only talk about what they've done recently, forming a small group to acknowledge the work and the service of our local heroes here in South Auckland. And well, I'll get them to share the story. But so we would love to invite them at a later stage to talk about their business and all of their qualifications. But today we're going to talk about this group that they've formed, which I thought was an awesome initiative that's been put forward from Renuka and a group of women. So before we get into it, Renuka and Penina, malo, FaleLalaga, thank you so much for joining us. And first of all, let's see how you both are during the lockdown. We'll start with you, Renuka.
Malo. Hola, Vinaka, everyone. Hi, Kira. Renuka here. It's nice to be on a little platform of us here, ladies, joining to talk about our little group that we just created about supporting little essential workers who don't get acknowledged now. So that's just nothing major there. We thought of acknowledging people that don't get acknowledged, to be honest, doing such a hard work on the ground level that nobody knows.
Yeah, but how have you been though, Renuka, during lockdown?
To be honest, I'm doing good.
Yeah,
I'm doing good.
Oh, I love that energy.
It hasn't affected me. It's just you can't get out of the house, but apart from that, you can do everything from home. That's the benefit of the lockdown, no?
It is.
Save your fuel, and you can do more work from home.
True. Renuka, I think you have seriously solidified the right state of mind to be in lockdown. So kudos to you. Penina, thank you so much for joining us as well. How are you today? And how has lockdown been for you?
FaleLalaga, warm and specific greetings to our listeners and also to the beautiful Tamaitai who are co-hosting the show today, and FaleLalaga for your offering, inviting us to be on your show. Well, lockdown is lockdown.
True.
There are a lot of things. Well, to start with, lockdown in my house, it's really good. Well, yeah, because, and I think there's always that thing, you invest more energy into the things that you can do and the blessings that you have, rather than complaining about things that you cannot kind of solve. So my thing is, I have quite a village in my bubble. Mm-hmm. So all the children are at home, and but it's been good, some good family times. Yeah, some cooking competition going on. Wasting the power sometimes with but it's really good just to sit down and have a conversation with your teenage boys you know, having instead of rushing to go to work, rushing to do all that and picking them from the schools. But so I think it's with lockdown, it really teaches us to change the way we look at things and just appreciate the very simple things in life, which is family and friends. So yeah, so it's been good. Couldn't be better, but failure tour that we're still breathing.
Definitely, Penina. I don't think I could have said it any better. And before we actually move on to the questions, I just want to acknowledge how gorgeous Penina's hair is. Like, I cannot get enough of it. And like I said before to you, before we went live, the bigger the hair, the closer you are to heaven. So honestly, I'm living for your hair, Penina. But Renuka, you have formed this group called Acknowledgement.
Yep.
Which, when you describe it, I thought to myself, how are we not already doing this? Like, it seems something that should have always been happening, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, it baffles my mind. But how, when did you kind of realize that there was a lack of this group?
To be honest, in my first lockdown when we had, I was doing the mask and selling the community, and the profits I got, I giving back to the community by doing some voluntary masks to the organizations that were supporting people who were in need of it. No? So I didn't have much time to really study what our community, other essential workers were doing it and how they were acknowledging and how they were not. And then when the lockdown finished, there were a lot of people getting acknowledged. And then I realized, oh, hang on, we got a lot of people there who have really worked so hard day and night, and there is not a single acknowledged for them. I'm not talking about a platform here or anything, just a small thank you card makes a big difference to anybody, I would say, no?
Yeah.
So I was just sitting down and thinking about this a couple of days, and then I said, hang on, let me create a little group. Let's see if somebody wants to join me. So I created a little group on the Facebook with some beautiful ladies around with me. Penina is one of them with me, and Pea is another one there, sitting smiling ladies. Yeah, so I created this little group, and I just put my thought in it to all of these ladies there, say, look, I want to create something like this where we can acknowledge some people, and I'm wanting to do this. If you ladies think this is something worthwhile or fruitful to you, do you want to join me on board? And by the God's blessing, you won't believe me, I was so shocked. The amount of response I get from people was tremendous. So we just, after talking to everybody, then I said, look, I'm not too sure whom to acknowledge first, but then we're gonna be looking into it. And then it came to my mind that this beautiful gentleman, I would say, at Pack and Save, Clandon, his name is Tommy Lee. He does such an awesome work. Last time lockdown, he was awesome too, and current one too. So I had a bit of research on him from a lot of people around in the community. They said he is awesome. Everybody is being said. But I never saw anywhere he's been acknowledged even by his own Pick and Save managers, no? So I thought, why don't we do a little basket for him or something just to say thank you from us, no? And then I put it in our group chat and I let the ladies know that this is guy I've picked up. What do you thought or think about it? They said, yeah, it's cool. So yeah, and then we went and did a quick shopping for him. In this lockdown, you can't do much apart from going to grocery shops. No. So we ended up doing some little shopping, and some ladies had some goodies sitting with them, which they bought earlier for something, I don't know. And yeah, I put all that together and made a nice gift basket for him, which I couldn't carry with me because it was heavy. So I had to give it to my husband. Yeah. So we went and gave it to him when he was about to finish his shift. And there were a lot of people around there, and they were stunned to see what we were doing. And I felt, oh, so nice. He nearly ended up crying. Tommy Lee.
Wow.
I know. I really touched his heart, could say.
Yes.
Yeah, he was so awesome guy.
You know, Renuka, that's so awesome. And you mentioned, there's so many women in the group, and I do want to quickly, I'm just going to quickly jump into the acknowledgement group and to the women who are part of this group. I'll be honest, when I was at it, I wasn't actually 100% sure because I'll be honest to all of our viewers, I'm actually fairly new at all of this community work. And Penina and Renuka and all of the women that are part of this group have actually had somewhat contributed over the years where I was kind of new. I actually don't know anyone, and it's actually the first time I have met these wonderful community leaders, and it's such an honor to serve alongside with you. So and I did want to we've got Aidan, Bernadette, Daphne, Julie, Margaret, Natasha, Nemai, Natish, we've got Penina, Renuka, Shayla, Tanya, and I'm going to think I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Nafton. Yeah, and she's, these are just some of the names, and I do apologize if I've missed anyone, but these are some of the women who are part of this group, who have in some way contributed already previously to, the community work. And then we have the beautiful Penina, who is also owner of FaleLalaga Limited in Clendon, but also does a lot of work in the educational sector, which obviously I cannot wait to bring Penina back, invite Penina back to talk a little bit about that. But Penina, talk to us about how you felt about the group when it was formed. And I mean, there are so many organizations already out there. What were your thoughts about it? And how do you feel, you work in an area like in correction, how do you think this kind gesture will help our community? And your thoughts and your personal opinions with regards to the group.
FaleLalaga, beautiful Pea. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the initiator, which is Renuka, for actually initiating the idea of forming an acknowledgement and also reaching out. When you're busy trying to busy with lockdown, all that, sometimes you don't have the time to kind of pause and kind of to see what needs to be done, and also your own contribution, even if it's just a little bit, any extras that you have after attempting to your priorities. So, and then you think of those people that, one, the less fortunate, and then second, those who are the essential workers who are, while we are working from home, they're out there serving us and putting up with some very difficult customers. So when Renuka contacted us, and I thought I didn't have to think twice. And to be quite honest, it's quite natural to serve, and there is joy in serving and giving. So when Renuka contacted, they said, "Oh, why not? I do have not much, but I do have, a little bit. So that's my own contribution to be the solution and just to help." So freely given, and then and I thought that, okay, if I can put with that very little bit that I have, if I can put a smile to someone else's who are actually working out there, leaving his or her family at home, and then so as I said, it's quite natural, especially in our community. There are a lot of great work. I must acknowledge the work that organizations, charities, and providers are actually doing in the community in all sorts of ways. And also there are also some other communities that are actually don't get the funding from the government, but they're just rally up the community. And I think that's what leadership is all about. You don't have to wait. If you see that and you don't have to do it by yourself. That's when you just show leadership by really just, put the thought out there and do every response, even if it's just one, it's better than nothing. And then you just kind of collate things that you have and then start. And then people will just see the work and they will tag along and want to voluntarily offer something that they can without putting pressure on them. So it's really when Renuka posted photos of Tommy, you see that smile on Big Tommy's face. And then I said to myself, wow, that's the best story. That's the best story of the week. Yeah. Seeing that, and because that's my local supermarket that I shop. It's there, and you see him dancing and bringing that energy and all the positive vibe. And the other thing that I really commend about Tommy, that he checks the older people, the elders were standing in the line, and then waking up, and it's really good. So Renuka, shots sis, for really just to put the things together, and also the ladies who have contributed. So let's all kind of a community work together as a community and do our bit, whatever we can to contribute.
Definitely. You ladies, Penina and Renuka, you ladies are really the true testimony and evidence that alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much more. Now we are going to head into a quick little break, but before we do, I'm just going to give a quick COVID-19 update. There are 22 new cases in the community of Auckland today, which brings it to a total of 1,071 total community cases linked to the current outbreak. And alert level decisions are to be announced today at 4 p.m. Now we are going to go into a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to hear all about the public's reaction and comments to the group acknowledgement. So don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned, guys.
Tau tua male au nanga remote tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale, ma le tele unisio matu au nanga ise. Ai ngata foile, ma tau te sia ke ina fo ilo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik pak ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posilah dia, mua tapi lau tak vale Pea out. Nua tapi lau telefon ni time out ina lau tak vale. Malah baenga mulu. Mana tua fo? Matua I fasa ina lo tau maktapa ai no fuanga pa peni. Mata Samoa, ore mata mo Samoa. Mata te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa. Aftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless. Tau tua male au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele onisi o matu au nanga i sesi. Ai le ngata foi le, ma tau te sia ke ina fo i lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow mau lau tapan. Apa itu yang vai pa ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu te siapa lah yang voice mau lau tapan. Mulu no posila fia. Mua tapi lau tak vale pe out. Tapi lau telefon ni tai meu tu ina lau tapan. Mal vai ngamul. Mana tua fo? E matua I whasa aina, lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Ota Samoa, ore maota mo Samoa. Mato te fia e au na pea mo oi Samoa. Maftaile fia mai, we'll see you again. God bless. Tua male au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele onisi o matu au nanga I sesi. Ai le ngata foi le, ma tau te sia ke ina fo I lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow mau lau tapan. Apa itu yang vai pa ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu te siapa lah yang voice mau lau tapan. Mulu no posila fia. Mua tapi lau tak vale pe out. Tapi lau telefon ni tai meu tu ina lau tapan. Mal vai ngamul. Mana tua fo? E matua I whasa aina, lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Ota Samoa, ore maota mo Samoa. Mato te fia e au na pea mo oi Samoa. Maftaile fia mai, we'll see you again. God bless.
FaleLalaga, and welcome back to another great episode of Pea and Claudia BluTable Podcast. Now today we have the beautiful Renuka and Penina from Acknowledgement, which is a group that was actually formed to acknowledge all the amazing work that our essential workers and anyone really in the community is doing. Now, Renuka and Penina, what has the community response been so far to this amazing initiative of yours?
You want to go, Penina?
Okay. It's been positive, and it's been received and landed really well with our community. So especially to the person that received the receiver, which is our brother Tommy. So that's and I think that's it's a testimony that that there is a huge there is a demand and a need for this kind of work to be carried out in our community, and even if people don't actually see it, but just the word of mouth that is being spread, and also the powerful magic of social media that actually use that as a tool to bring positive vibe and energy, and also to for people to get involved and donate.
Yeah, I really love that, and I love the word powerful, because although the group was formed by founder here Renuka and the women who have come through side by side with you to serve and to acknowledge these people, I think for myself, I wanted to acknowledge you ladies and the work that you're doing, because if you're acknowledging these women, I mean, our local heroes, but you're our local heroes as well, because without you shining the light on these, people that we hardly ever acknowledge, because I know that daily they face people who are struggling, people who don't come from a happy background in our community, and to be faced with that daily and to be abused. Sometimes you get the smiley, happy people, and sometimes you get abused. But for someone like Tommy, who continues to show the smile and the positive energy, and then you've got a group like Acknowledgement who have no funding whatsoever, that this is something that you are pouring out from your own heart, from your own pockets, but together you have brought in such a powerful message for our community, and you have planted a seed in this person's heart saying, we see you, we hear you. And it was just a very, very small, kind gesture, but the impact that your team made was massive. How do you think moving forward this could affect the community as a whole? Do you see it getting bigger, Renuka? Because I know that you run your own business as well, and so does Penina, and also have other community work. How do you feel moving forward? Would you continue to do something like this? Maybe not every week, but maybe monthly, because it is going to cost a lot of money as well, but it's your heart that you are moving this project with, right?
Yeah. The thing is, when I created this group, I never thought I will be coming up this far.
Yeah.
See, I was just sitting down in my own little comfort zone and thinking, how can I acknowledge some people who are doing such a great job in the community? So, and then I thought of creating a group chat, sending to some ladies just to feel their thoughts, and putting into my Facebook page just to have other people's response. So I got a lot of private messages on it, and I said, oh, okay, look, something good, I'm doing it, no?
Yeah.
So yeah, and then before our acknowledgement day, that was Friday night, one of the girls from our group, she's with 531 PI. She goes, hi Renuka, how about we do a little shout out to all these ladies that's being part with the group? And I said, oh, do you think so we can? So she did in her Fijian language there. And yeah, and then after the gift that we gave it to our little boy there, Tommy Lee. And then you come up with this, and I said, oh, okay. So we're getting there everywhere. And yeah, I would just say, if anybody wants to join us, you're welcome. We don't have any subscriptions or anything. We're not registered or anything like that. It's just a little hard that we're putting ourselves here, that we're doing it for the community now. It's not that we are registered or we're thinking anything at this stage. I never thought anything as such. It's just the beautiful ladies' vibes that I've got around me, that they're working with me and making it happen. It's just a dream I had, which these ladies have come up, all of you, to make it happen, basically. Yeah.
Oh, well, I think it's a wonderful idea, and it does. You both know, and I've seen it, and the positive effect that it has on the community, because it does. It's that ripple effect, and it's exactly what we need during these testing times. So a massive whawhetai lava to you both. I know you are actively involved in so many community projects as well. And I know, Renuka, you've got one also. We're going to quickly do that plug in now with the local board member. Can you give us, I wanted to plug it in because I know it's important, that the government have been trying to do a lot to get their community vaccinated. And I've already shared my fears, but you've, comforted me to make sure that I do get vaccinated now. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I had a chat with our local labor leader, Arena, and through her secretary, Melissa, they approached to me and saying, Renuka, we're creating a little group here where we'll be sharing our positive vibes and encouraging people to come and join us. I mean, you don't have to be a labor candidate or labor supporter or anything, nothing as such, just an ordinary community person who wants to join us. It's 2:00 this afternoon. They're having a Zoom. And the other one is 7:30 Zoom. So you can get all those details on my page as well on Arena's, our local labor board page as well, the Zoom timing there. So yeah, we're just sharing our experiences, I would say, about this getting fully vaccinated and how we can protect our community. I would say if you can protect your family, then that's the first thing. If you can protect your family, then you can go out and buy groceries, you can go for shopping, you can go have some entertainment, you play around, you meet your friends and families. That's how you can get vaccinated, no? And spread the positive vibes. And then you say, okay, I'm ready to meet my families around now. So I can't be one of those who's not gonna be saying, oh man, shall I go or not? Or I don't care.
Yeah, now we've actually had the man himself, Tommy Lee, comment in our comment section. Tommy says, thank you so much, Renuka and the team, for the love and gift you gave to me. Appreciate it.
Oh,
appreciate
so nice.
Your kind heart. Now, Penina, in your opinion, because you do also work in corrections, in your opinion, how far can this positive influence have on the community?
It will be, as I said, this is the magic of community. That you, when you work if you want to make an impact with your community, you need to work with your community, and then invest in your community as well. So you move from your family, which is your priority, and then from there, you kind of see, okay, how can I contribute to the community that I live in? The community that I want my children to be safe and to, because I used to teach in the local school around here. And so we've been living in this community for about almost 20 years now. And this is now all these things, but yeah, there are problems, there are issues in any community, regardless. But the thing is, I always ask myself, okay, I can have a little bit of something to share with my community. I can have time for the community as well, because this is the hood, as my kids always say. And so how can I be part of the hood? How can I make sure that I contribute? And then when I feel when my children have that feeling of responsibility and being responsible to the community, then they can also do the same thing. They can also bring their friends and say, hey, look, don't do any vandalism around the area. Don't try to break the ATM machine over at Cleveland. No, because actually we're not paying for it. The taxpayers and our parents and our families are working really, really hard to kind of pay for all those things. Why don't we just go and support the community and really just to instead of kind of looking at that, but to really it's the impact. And if we continue to be kind, and to share that aroha, that ofa, that alofa with everyone, you don't have to build a house for someone or to buy a car, just a little, even if it's just stop and talk. I'm just going to share a little bit. I went to the petrol station on Friday night with my 18-year-old. We're driving there, and then there was a big guy there, got out of the car, really big and all that, with the badge and all that, and he didn't have a mask. So anyway, I had some spare in the car. So what I did, I just signaled at him, the big guy, signaled at him, and then I said, okay, I've got a spare one. So I just gave him two. And that's a way of that he can and then so that he can go inside and buy things for his children who are sitting in the car. So there's so many ways that we can all help. Not only the words, the kupu, the upu that we use, but also it's just it's just common sense. Those little common sense things that it will have a long effect on people. And with the work that I do, 8 to 5, my 8 to 5 job, this is a very challenging time for us as well, because as you've heard on the news, we have some positive cases, and some of our staff have been isolated. So it's really, it's the question that I always ask, how can I help? What support? What does that support look like for my colleagues that are actually out there working, because correction officers are essential workers, and really, so how can I be, so we're just having some communications with colleagues at the moment. How can we support our colleagues who are in isolation and with their family? Just do your little bit. That little bit makes a huge effect.
Definitely. Now,
That's
Penina, talking about community engagement, and for the viewers thinking to themselves, how can I help? How can our viewers support and help you ladies with acknowledgement?
I think it's just easy. If you want to know, you can either message Renuka directly, because we haven't got any Facebook pages, as Renuka said. This is not a registered kind of it's just a social kind of group of women, and I just want to just to stress the point. What I love about this group is they're all women. And they're all mothers, if I could just put it in that perspective, and that mothers being nurturers, it's quite normal and natural to have the aroha. So even though that you don't have the money, but you're very, we're very multi-talented. We create little things and we're making and all that, and then we just send out with our love. So I think that's why I really love this group that created by Renuka. That they're all mothers, and they're all mothers of the community, and so we're all the same. We're all in this together, and I think that's the message. So stay strong. If you want to help the mahi, if you want to contribute, only when you can. No pressure.
No. You just jump in, and what you want to do. If you want to just
message me, private message me, and then we just put that on there, and then our small group can become. I can see this group going, being from very small that's building up the momentum, and then invite a lot of people to come.
In this group, we're just not stopping anybody. You can just jump in and say hi, hello, and be part of the group. And if you want to suggest something, you're welcome. There's no stop or go sign there. Everybody's welcome anytime.
Look, sorry, ladies, before I know we're stretched for time because Renuka, Penina's got work, and Renuka's also got her, other community work that she needs to contribute later after the show. But I just wanted to quickly make a note. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, I actually don't I'm not actively involved in the community. And what an awesome initiative to be a part of. I get a random request and I'm part of this group. And I'll be honest, as soon as I saw the message, I was quite busy. I scrolled right to the top, and all it was this is what the group is about. I didn't hesitate like Penina. The difference is I actually don't, I've only met a lot of the women via Facebook. It was all just, I actually haven't had a long relationship or bond with these women. But I knew that when I read through what I read through, I just said to myself, okay, I'm going to contribute where I can. I actually didn't say anything to my husband. All I did was I asked, what's the account number? I'll transfer some funds over. And the response that I got from Renuka was, it didn't matter whether it was $5, $50, $20, $1, whatever the amount was. She wasn't going to say, oh, this person, everyone was the same. Your contribution of $5 is exactly the same as your contribution of $20 or a gift pack or the words of encouragement that you have for the group. And that's what I loved about it. And I think later on I said to my husband, oh, I just transferred some money to this group. And he goes, what? Where's this group come from? And I said, look, I don't know all the women. I personally don't have a relationship with them, but I can sense that it's something good, and it's something that I've always been passionate about, but I actually can't, get it up and running. So a massive FaleLalaga to you, Renuka, for forming this group, to you, Penina, because even before the group was formed, I had hours of conversation with Penina, who helped me through just certain conversation. It was just random, a very random conversation. I connected with Penina. She's such a wonderful human being. You both are the woman in the group. What a privilege it is to work alongside you guys, and to I can't wait till lockdown is over, because I want to meet the community that you have both served and actively served for so many years. And I think it's about time Pea and Claudia get out there as well. So, and we can't wait. So I just wanted to say that it was just an honest group, very transparent. Renuka didn't in any way, she posted up the receipts and everything. So, just for people who are like, oh, I don't trust it. It's nothing. It was just all from heart. So thank you once again. I will now just hand it over back to you both, Renuka and Penina, if you wanted to share your final words of encouragement before we close up the show, wrap up the show.
What I would say, thank you for having us on board, Pea and Claudia, this afternoon. Sharing our little views with the audience that you got. They are beautiful ones. In last, I would say, don't sit down and wait for anything. Get up and get to it. If you don't do it now, you'll keep on thinking it. And that thinking won't take you anywhere. So always say, get up and do it. And as far as vaccination, please go and get it done. Don't be scared of anything. It's just a pinch. That's all. Hi, Penina.
And Penina, would you like to share your final encouraging words?
Yeah, I think that this is just if you're listening or tuning into this program by Claudia, beautiful Claudia and Pea, and you're thinking, oh, I really want to contribute, but I don't know how and who to contact, private message Renuka or myself, and just get on the waka, whatever whatever you can contribute, even if it's just spaghetti can or whatever, small things.
Yeah.
We're not asking for a big, massive container of things,
No.
and then we just put all together, and that's the beauty of community work.
Yeah.
And papitai FaleLalaga to Claudia and Bea for this program, and also we're looking forward to receive a lot of women and a lot of volunteers to kind of to put your hand up and say, I've got something to contribute, and I'm going to put it through to you, and I would love to be part of this group. Here, all is welcome.
What a fantastic way to start off the week with you beautiful ladies and this beautiful initiative, Renuka, that you have started. And I also just want to say that I'm very much looking forward to the Retima House fashion show, which will hopefully be happening on later in the year. So again, ladies, thank you so much for taking time out of your days to have this chat with us and for doing this amazing work that you are doing within our community. So thank you so much. And hopefully we get to see you in person very soon. And thank you to all of you as well. Have a beautiful rest of the week, and we will be back here tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, au tapuni ai ofisa mo le whaava yaso. Whaonga nei lola na waunanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua e whaingo fia lava. Na le tipose mai lava lau se eleni ni mato account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se eleni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamaleina, mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāua. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le whaatau o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa sunga fua tau e le sia sa. Ni fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au ngā fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaakau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher ua maua le apasusi o se wa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie, a me se le te whelua I mana o telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash o na inu e leo tamao le ainga.
Whaatea tu lava le talo pa voucher mo le foi au ngā fo whaatai. Ma lua lava le taumpai.
Tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Tau tua ma le au nanga le mo tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga I se ese. Ai le ngata foi le, ma tau te seke ina fo I lau ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lau tapan. Apa itu yang vai pa ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu te siapa lah yang voice mau lau tapan. Molo no posila fia, mua, tapi lau tak vale pe out. Mua, tapi lau telefon ni time out ina lau tapan. Malah vai ngamul. Mana tua fo? E matua I whasa aina, lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whapeni. Ota Samoa, ore maota mo Samoa. Mato te fia e au na pia mo oi Samoa. Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Squad, baby. Rex, J Sands.
Let's go.
Oh, say I'm Martinez, say you are complete to me, Agelio. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move out in the come here. Yeah, they on the nail, to dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah, say, I'm in and not the bite to get out. Say,